Hi everyone. Yesterday I came by and made a video and I didn't have my hair done and I wasn't prepared. I had clothes on that, the camera already puts a lot of weight on you, right? So then walking around with your top button unbuttoned under your t-shirt does not help. So today I decided to come by and explain to you and let you know that I was thinking about that. And I said I didn't care, but I really do. I just know that as a creator, you're not always going to be dressed and ready to go. And we have thoughts that pop off every few seconds. My mind is constantly running. And sometimes you want to pick up the camera and just say some stuff. So today I decided to get up and put a little effort in. And kind of talk about being 55 and creating art. So the good thing about being 55 is you can no longer compete with a 20-year-old in the room. And who really wants to, right? Because I don't have time to get up and put my makeup on every single day. And I'm in here alone, except for you on the camera. And my whole goal is to create art and to share my thoughts on things that come to mind as I'm trying to create and share what I learn as I go. So I don't want to wait and run and go put makeup on and do all of that. Now, that being said, it does really make you feel good to get up in the morning and take the time, and it is very creative. I love putting on makeup. I'm not the best at it, but I try. And what I love about that is that you're already ready to go. So Bob is a sleeper. He likes to sleep late because he works nights and he works a lot. So I try and let him have peace and quiet. And but sometimes he'll get up and have a busy day and he'll say, "Hey, let's go have some lunch." And when I'm dressed, I'm ready to go. I'm like, yeah, let's go. I don't have to cook. I don't have to do dishes. Somebody's going to take care of me. That's awesome. I love going out to eat. And it always feels better when you're already dressed and ready to go. There was a lady, she was a cleaning lady. I don't know, is she still on social media? I think it was Facebook, called Fly Lady. And she always said, don't go to bed until your sink is clean. And then in the morning, make your bed, brush your teeth, put your shoes on, which we don't wear shoes in my house, but I've got them by the front door. And she's right. If you get dressed and ready in the morning, things just seem to go so much easier. So there's that. And I even, because I don't want to do a lot of editing on this channel, so I even made a little bullet list of things that I wanted to talk to you about. So, talked about that. Oh, and you ladies already understand this. And here's the funny thing. You think that getting dressed and going out in full makeup and everything just perfect is how your friends see you. No. And they look at you, oh, you look really nice today. But they've seen you with no makeup on. This is the way you look to people every day. And the cool thing about, like I said, being 55 is you don't really have to worry about that anymore. You're not going to be the youngest, prettiest person in the room anymore. And it's okay. You don't have to be. You had your time. So then I wanted to talk about, the cool thing about being on YouTube is that you can film your progress as you go. And it's so nice because it's almost like a diary, like you're organizing your thoughts and your process. And I've even gone back to some of my earlier videos on my art channel, Darlissa Designs. And I don't remember doing some of the stuff that I did. And it's really nice to go back and kind of review what you've done. And you almost don't start over and try things as often because you've already tried it, and it gives you a point to jump off of that's a little further than when you tried it, if that makes sense. I don't know. So back to what I plan to do with this channel and how nice it is to not have to worry about the way I look or trying to compete with anybody else. So as we finish working years, and thank God for Bob, I get to stay home and work on this next phase in my life. It's really good to have something to keep you busy and to build a community. That this paint is old. Yeah, it's nice to build a community and get feedback and share the things that you learn, so that the best thing for me so far with this YouTube channel, my other one, is that some of the things that I think other people already know, they don't know yet. Maybe they're just getting started in a creative in their creative process, and they just haven't learned the things that I've learned yet. I look at other artists, which don't do this. You look at other artists that are way ahead of you, and you think, oh my gosh, how am I going to get there? But it's all about being in the art room with the paint and the paintbrushes, and which is why I'm working on these little canvases, and I'm going to finish these today. Here are the first two that I did. I think I showed you yet. Oh no, I didn't know. I don't think I showed you yesterday, but anyway, here they are. And it's all about just putting the paint on the canvas over and over and over again. And each time you realize that, oh, if I pounce the brush on the canvas, it kind of, certain brushes, you figure out which brush does this, it kind of looks like little greenery. And no, it's not detailed, but it's not supposed to. It's in the background. And then you come in the foreground and you put more of the detail in. And you see, when you're finished with each one, that you learn something new every time. And then the next time when you go into that painting again, you're going to use that technique that you learned either through a tutorial, but like I've said before, I hate doing tutorials first. I want to take out my brushes and I want to brush them back and forth, or I want to pounce them on the canvas and I want to see what they do first. And then that way, when I'm watching a tutorial later and they say, oh, do your brush like, oh, I know what that looks like because I've already played around with it and I've tried it and I know exactly what brush I need to run get to create with you while you're creating. I love putting on my TV and sitting at my table, and after I've played around for a while, follow along with another artist. And I learn a lot that way, especially if I've already figured some things out on my own. You might have to do it differently. I'm not a step-by-step direction person. I rebel against everything that people tell me. So that's not the way I learn, but everybody learns differently, and that's okay. So that's what I want to do with this channel. I don't want to show you the tutorials. If you want to see that, I'm about to film my Thursday video on Darlissa Designs, and I'm going to finish these 6 canvases. There's 4 left, 2 are finished, and then I'm going to seal them all along with this one that I did last week, and then hopefully get them up on my website for sale, darlissadesigns.net. So I'm going to leave that video up from yesterday because now I don't have to worry about getting too close to the camera and seeing the sides of my mouth and what do they call that? I'm going to start, because of yesterday's video, I'm going to start ducking my head in ice water. I don't do a lot of the things that a lot of women do with the chemicals and stuff and go in. I want to age gracefully, naturally, but I will start dunking my head in some ice water. And ladies over 50, a little preparation H on your little puffy spots works wonders. So I hope it's not too shiny, but anyway, little tip from a natural girl. So if you want to see that video, that will go up on Thursday. If you want to see more art process videos, and if you just want to see things that I learn along the way and my thoughts, and I do go into a lot of thoughts while I'm creating on that channel, but this is more of a, I don't know, on camera, a little bit spread out more into my daily life, my mushroom coffee that I love, which I'm going to go get some in a few minutes before I start painting. Fasting, I try and fast every day. Gardening. I'm a terrible gardener, and I'm going to share that with you. I do like growing my own food, but it's a crapshoot. Sometimes I get stuff, sometimes I don't. And strangely enough, sometimes I get stuff that I planted years before that just decides to pop up 2 years later. And it's always a mystery what comes up where and how. And you can learn along with me and maybe share some tips with me on that as well. And my apothecary. I love my apothecary. I try everything natural before I go. I'm not anti-doctor. I'm just Eastern first, Western later, you know? So I'll share all of that stuff with you and things that maybe my subscribers on my other channel might want to see a little bit more of, but I don't want to muddy the waters over there. Okay, so, oh, and a little bit of Florida lifestyle. So we'll be traveling all over Florida and showing you restaurants and places we go and things like that. So this should be fun. Welcome. I know that nobody's watching me right now, and that's okay, especially since that horrible video from yesterday, which, okay, go ahead and go watch it and get it over with. But yeah, welcome to my journey, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.